Chad?
5 minutes.
Sprayed up with the PP blaster. Extend the clip.
Fully erect.
Well, today's Friday. Wasn't planning on making a video today, but I was heading home and my clutch basically was not letting me accelerate. So we'll see if I could get it on video, but it's been slipping for quite some time. So I got my clutch kit and my flywheel with me, and I grabbed a bag of tools. So we're headed to Chad's house. He graciously offered the lift up again, or he graciously offered the lift, but I was hardly able to accelerate, even in second gear. So I figured I don't really have any hard plans this week, or sorry, I figured I don't have any hard plans this weekend, so I just hurried up and grabbed the parts I already have. They've been sitting around for about a month or two, because this has kind of been a reoccurring issue where the clutch will flare up and slip a bunch, and then it'll be fine for a few weeks. It's kind of a weird thing that's been going on. Well, there was a trip that we took last week. We went camping for one night, and I had to pull Chad's truck up a hill, basically like the whole mountainside, and truck did not like that. I think that was the last hurrah for the clutch, and it did its job. It got us both out of that situation. So yeah. All right, go full rager. That's second. Third. Yeah. Okay, I gotta chill out. Gotta make sure I can actually make it to Chad's. Man. Okay, fifth gear is also burning. I step on it. You can watch the RPM just go. Okay. We got into Chad's spot. Got the truck on the lift. And funny thing is, Chad had his transmission out at the same time. He was just saying monkey see, monkey do. So I'm gonna start going on the interior removal while Chad makes a drink.
Your fiance requests you to come with.
Okay. We got going on the driveline removal. We getting some bolts sprayed up with the PP blaster. Got the back one ready to go. Chad's working on the forward one. And then we gotta get the wiring harness. The cross member got PP blaster. And then should be ready to go in like 5 minutes. Right, Chad?
5 minutes.
Oh,
Beer's not in there.
oh, beer's right here. Oh, mama.
Oh yeah.
Wow, this thing is fully extended up the evening. Look at that.
Oh whoa. Yeah, that's like
Extend the clip.
fully erect.
I need to unerect it.
You're welcome.
It is the next day. I decided to tear the transmission apart because there is a pretty good seep here out of the transfer case ever since I got the truck. So grabbed a bunch of extra fluid today and some RTV after calling up some friends to get some guidance on how all this works, because Chad and I have never done a transfer case before. Basically just got to pull out the stubs on each side right here, and you just label them. Because once this pulls out, it's going to want to pull the stub on this end. And once you have the stub out, this whole system comes out together. So we got that out. Now we're going to pull these bolts so we can fix the leak that was down here as well. Dude.
Oh no.
And you see the flashlight? And this just like half cage just fell right out of in there. Hang on a second. You can see how the other half is still in there. So we'll just have to put that back in before we reassemble everything. Gonna brake clean all this and then reseal it, slap it back together, and then start on the clutch. So we're gonna seal all this up in segments here. Throw this clean surface on, bolt that together, and then move on to the other side and replace this seal. But one thing I wanted to note, which freaked me out, is the transmission mount that goes to the cross member underneath. It bolts up to the tranny here, and I didn't know, but once I started unbolting it, there's fluid started coming out of the mount holes. So I thought the case was cracked or something, but news to me, they are fully threaded all the way through, which is the weirdest thing. So if you're just looking to replace the mount and not do a fluid swap, you're in for a treat. And you're gonna have to set record times to not lose a bunch of fluid. While I'm working on the transfer case over there, got Chad doing the clutch repair. Clutch doesn't actually look that bad. It has plenty of life left in it. The surfaces though are pretty overheated. Got a lot of heat spots in them. Same thing with the flywheel. The flywheel has a lot of heat spots in it. What's that look like?
It's just a lot of heat.
Yeah.
It's really flat still, like no
ridges or anything?
scarring, yeah. It's heat.
So I put on some RTV. I put a bead on one side, pretty thin bead, because these are machine surfaces. And then I just tacked it up on here. The reason I do that is it'll help promote the tack up on the two surfaces. So it's not one dry surface mating to a wet surface, but they're both going to be wet. So it'll help seal a lot better. Just align the dowels. And Bob's your uncle. I basically just want to go in even pattern around, go in a circle, start pattern, whatever makes you sleep good at night. Just snug it down. You don't want to go crazy and go torquing stuff all at once. And then we'll go back down. We'll go around 2 or 3 times. We'll go around 2 or 3 times in an even way. Just working our way around. So I just got everything lightly snugged down with that runner. That runner doesn't put down a whole bunch of torque. So you can see the squeeze out because it is a machine surface. They are perfectly flat. You don't need a crazy amount of RTV on there. For the output seal replacement, we got an axle socket. It's a 36 millimeter. And then the new seal, just to size it up for reference. That fits good. So we're gonna come at it from the inside and then hammer it out and then reverse the process with the install. All right, that worked. Here's the old one and the new one. I hope they're the same part number. So here's a correct part number. can pause that and look at that. That's good for the output, both output seals on each shafts. That's what it'll look like. And that's what the old one was. Mechanic. I just got this nylon wheel from O'Reilly's. It's $10. Does a great job on resurfacing, especially on aluminum, so you're not gouging things up with the wire wheel, and you're not going to take 5 hours using a razor blade, which we've all done. So check this out. Pretty quick. It's a little dirty because I already used it on the other side, but just like that, just wipe it down, and that's ready to go. Just wipe it down with some alcohol, some acetone, or some brake clean, and that's good. So just cleaning up the surfaces. I got the new seal in there. You can see that. Brake clean everything inside. Brake clean that half. Now just gonna clean the surfaces. Gonna mate both pieces together, and then hopefully we can move onto the clutch and start reinstalling things. Just gonna throw some more brake clean on it, clean off any residual RTV stuff that got flung around by the nylon brush, and then slap it on. I just went ahead and threw in the gear lube that I'm going to be filling the transmission with. Just cut a little hole in it and put some in some of the synchros and the gears along with the chain. Just enough to cycle it around so it's not super noisy. Just so it's not super dry, that's all. Not so much so that you're going to make a mess and you're going to have trouble resealing the case. Anything that's going to run metal on metal, like an engine or transmission, any gears, you don't want to assemble dry. You want to put it together lubricated as best you can. In this case, I got to reseal all this stuff, so I'm just putting just enough to not be dry, if that makes sense. So same thing going together here. I just tacked up one side. Everything is cleaned up well. And then on this side, I put a thin bead, and hopefully we get some good consistent squeeze out. She on like Donkey Kong, baby. Right on. So you can see the perfect squeeze out. Looks OEM if you ask me.
Yes. This is actually pretty comfortable.
I know, right? It's actually not bad. All right, this is day 3. Just came in today because we finished up the truck. God damn, I'm gonna redo that. All right, so this is day 3. Yesterday we finished up the truck, but I forgot my keys at my house, and we're like 30 minutes away. So I finished up the truck with Chad last night at like 8 p.m. And then we found out the keys were not here. So pretty much got everything ready to go and then call it a day. Came back this morning, put on the shift knobs. I think that was the last thing I had to do. and start up the truck start up great, and the clutch feels good. I go to back it up out of the garage here, and it won't I forget which way it is, but basically you put the clutch in, you put the truck into gear, you release the clutch, and nothing happens. So it's like every gear was neutral. So it was basically a oh shit moment. Like everything is completely tidied up, put the interior back together, everything is bled, and it was really weird because we bled the clutch and you can see the slave moving. And so didn't really know what to think. I just adjusted the clutch pedal inside with the rod and see maybe, I don't know if that does anything. Well, when I started up a second time after I adjusted the rod, I went to turn the truck on and I noticed that the 4x4 light was on, but the 4x4 was actually, the stick was in neutral. So I turned 4x4 off and then I realized the stick was in neutral. So I put it back in 2 and then boom, like clutch works, no problem. So lesson learned, make sure all your sticks are in the right position and then everything will work out fine. So clutch works. I'm going to have to readjust the rod back to where it was. So I'm going to have to adjust the rod back to where it was and everything should be smooth sailing. Take it around the block and see how it feels. But show you guys under the hood. Right, so as I was saying, the four-wheel drive stick was in neutral, and I couldn't really tell because it's, I don't know, was the last thing I was expecting to create a hiccup. So put that in gear and fixed all the issues. I actually almost killed the truck because the truck lunged, and there's only a few feet here, so I wasn't trying to destroy Chad's shop, but yeah, everything's together, ready to go. Gonna take it around the block, make sure everything actually drives well and I can stop and everything. And yeah, what a relief. For a second there, I was thinking that I was gonna have to freaking take the transmission back out because I did something wrong. But I just did a silly. Left the 4x4 in neutral. Right on. Well, if you guys learned something, let me know. If you guys have any suggestions, same thing, let me know. Throw a comment down there. I use this Exity Pro Kit from Rock Auto, and then a Luck flywheel. I didn't feel like resurfacing anything. Everything had a bunch of hot spots, but this clutch kit is pretty legit. Came with all the bearings needed, pilot bearing, throwout bearing. Also got a rear main seal and a rear main like cover gasket kit that we didn't end up installing because it just looked perfect back there. So not broken, so we didn't fix it. But yeah, if you guys have any suggestions on something else you want to see, whether it's the truck or the drift car, maybe some supermoto stuff, I'm not too talented on the bike, but whatever you guys want to see, let me know, and I'll try and keep that in mind for the future videos. Peace.